Hello, hi. This is Han-Jun, CTO of Circuitry. So this is the podcast, uh, Cybersecurity and Parenting podcast. Well, we started this like a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and we didn't really know how to what to name it, and we just called it cybersecurity parenting for obvious reasons. But now think about it, maybe we should have change the name a bit because it doesn't really it kind of like confine us to the topics that we can engage in, because it's like beyond the things that we go deep into, goes beyond the topics that we chat about, goes beyond cybersecurity and robotics, cybersecurity and parenting. And there's so many interesting topics that we can talk about. It's not just about cybersecurity and this parenting. Anyway, we have curated something to share with all of you today, just like any other day. It's just going to be a very casual sharing. It's not going to be very serious. The purpose of this podcast mainly is to get to know you guys and chit chat a bit. And at the same time, I'll be going through some of these news articles and some videos because I also need to learn about what's happening in the cybersecurity and parenting domain. So we have curated some news uh, that I would like to go over together with you. Let me just figure out how to best share this with you. Guess this would be the best. Yes, no, this is great. Right, so this is an article from Costco, and it's basically warning its customer beware of the following scams that comes from Costco: fake surveys, reward offers, and phishing messages are targeting shoppers nationwide. Right. So, retail giant Costco is once again warning customers to stay alert as scammers continue to use the company's branding to trick shoppers into handing over personal and financial data. But Costco is a very large wholesaler in USA, and a lot of people like to shop in Costco because of the wide variety of goods. So if you get a voucher from Costco, it's really good to get a voucher from Costco because you can go shop at so many things over there. So the warehouse retailer recently updated its official fraud prevention page with a long list of schemes currently circulating online. Interesting. So I guess I have to go and have a look at this list. Then it says that so what it says is that um, the warehouse retailer recently updated its official fraud prevention page with a long list of schemes currently circulating online, including fake surveys, phishing texts, fraudulent job offers, and bogus giveaway promotions. Right, this is it's a private video. I don't understand why is it marked as private. It's okay. But anyway, according to Costco, many many of these scams are designed to appear legitimate by using company logos, promotional language, and fake customer rewards. Some messages claim the recipient have won expensive products or gift cards, while others attempt to scare users with urgent warning about account issues or membership payment failures. So this means that any account that is any social media account or any kind of online account is at risk of being is at risk of being becoming a fraud. So regardless whether is it your internet broadband, your bank, or anything that requires you to have an account and you have to make payment to it, it can be turned into a fraud, into a scam, like making you think that you have a due date coming up soon so that you have to make urgent payment, otherwise your service will be cut off. I think it's a very common fraud. So this company Costco specifically warned customers not to click suspicious link. That is why these links are is one of the main source for hackers to really penetrate into your devices, and they love to put it on PDFs because they like to make the PDF very PDFs. They make the document look more official, and because of that, people tend to think that, oh, this is an official document. I better pay more attention to it. If there's any payment, invoice, receipt, payables that is being issued in the PDF, it seems like it becomes like a more authorized version. It becomes more legitimate as compared to the invoice being written down on an email. So the PDF gives that kind of impression. And PDF is like a main source of malicious activities because apart from being used frequently as fraud documents, some companies actually harvest content from a PDF reader, so they know exactly what you are reading. That's very dangerous. That is why you have to choose the right PDF viewer to browse through your documents. Especially now, a lot of people are going through their documents on the smartphone. Therefore, it's better to get a reliable PDF viewer that actually can help you that can protect you online. That is why you should give this TNM privacy PDF viewer a try. It's shown on the screen. This one is a very good PDF viewer because all data stays locally on the device. There's no telemetry functions, so all will stay on the device. And best of all, there's a safe mode. So when you press the safe mode, it will actually scan the entire document, the entire PDF document, and to protect you against malicious link. So it's very good for older people that are non-tech savvy or simply just non-tech savvy people. Just download this and use this primarily to view your official PDF documents so that you stay safe, and you can use the safe mode to further protect yourself. It's very easy to download, very easy to use. All you have to do is to scan this QR code on the screen, and you can go to the Google Play website to download a version of it to be used immediately for all of your PDF viewing. So the company Costco specifically warned customers not to click suspicious link or to provide personal details in response to unsolicited emails or text messages. And Costco stated that fraudulent communication often come from unofficial domains and contain misleading offers that sound too good to be true. And this sound too good to be true thing is like it simply just preys on people's greed. It just preys on people's greed. It's like, people are always greedy for special offers, for free things, for things that are heavily discounted, and they always have this hope that they will be able to make use of this offer. They think it's true, think it's too good. Even if they think it's too good to be true, they still fall for it all the time. For example, think that a gift that used to cost $100 now it costs $50, like 50% off, or maybe it goes for free. Too good to be true. People just fall for it. So among the scams that are highlighted by Costco are fake, like for example, the executive member reward emails, survey links promising free televisions. Wow, you see, free television. That's too good to be true, and people like it. People just like this kind of deal. Free televisions, free radios, free laptops, free vacuum cleaners, free air cleaners. They love it. And fraudulent loyalty reward text messages. And they further add on saying that other scams impersonate recruitment teams by offering remote jobs, or asking applicants to pay fees upfront. So this remote job scam is very prevalent during since COVID, because during COVID, a lot of people unfortunately lost their job and they had to resort to doing freelancing. Even now, a lot of people are still doing freelancing work, like doing they it could be the person could be a software developer, software engineer, government official, and they're now doing delivery jobs like delivering food, delivering goods for Amazon and so on. And that they, there's a lot of this kind of cases going on right now. And I'm actually very familiar with a lot of government officials in my society, in my country, because I used to train a lot of them. A lot of them used to be very high flyers, and somehow or other, I saw some of the government officials. Apparently, they are no longer in the civil service, and they are delivering food. They are they're delivering food. I saw them cycling on the road. So they're doing this kind of jobs right now. So COVID has changed a lot of people's life. And because of this, a lot of people they want full-time job, which is why hackers they know that you want full-time job, so they're offering this kind of remote jobs in order to entice you, to draw you into their trap. So they know what you want, they know what you're lacking, and they provide you with it, hoping that you fall for it, and then they'll further scam you. So the company warned shoppers about phishing attempts involving fake package notifications and reimbursement claims. And in one example, the scammers sent messages claiming customers were owed refunds due to overcharges. So that means that the company is going to give them money. And perhaps they think that, hey, there's no way that this is going to happen. Because I didn't buy anything, and yet you're giving me the refund. So that means that it's going to be free money. So that is too good to be true. And another one is it involved fake Costco branded websites advertising unrealistic giveaways in exchange for small shipping fees. So it's trying to get you to pay shipping fees for nothing. Cybersecurity experts say these scams have become increasingly sophisticated in recent years, especially with the rise of artificial intelligence tools capable of producing convincing emails and clone websites. So how exactly so these are basically the scams that the hackers that are targeting Costco as a front, using Costco as a front to cheat people. Free surveys. If you do free surveys, you're gonna get free products like electronics, kitchen appliances, gift cards. When they ask you to do all these kind of free surveys, they get so much information about you. So dangerous. They emphasize that legitimate company emails will only come from official Costco domains. But the thing is, sometimes the deal can be so good, too good to be true, that people don't even care to check properly, like where's the email from. They just quickly click on the link, afraid that they might lose the deal. This is very interesting. This says that the retailer also referenced scams targeting bilingual customers through fake Chinese Costco member service phone calls. So what does that mean? According to Costco, callers claim fraudulent accounts have been opened in victims' name and pressured them into sharing sensitive information. Online communities have also discussed a surge in Costco team phishing emails. Users on Reddit reported receiving suspicious offers for meat boxes, wagons, and expensive rewards from non Costco email addresses. Many commenters warn others to verify URL carefully and to avoid clicking unfamiliar links. It's always like this. It's always clicking unfamiliar links, clicking buttons, and sometimes the button don't believe all these buttons that you see on the website. Like for example, if you go to a website and suddenly they say that click this to accept the cookies. All right, click this to accept the cookies. And how do you even know that button is wired up to accept cookies? Is it wired up to accept malicious applications? You don't know. So they can just put a prompt that looks very legit, very legitimate, all the information about accepting cookies, and they'll be like deny all or accept all. And that accept all may not be accepting cookies, you may be accepting malicious applications, which then opens up the hacker to for them to gain access to your camera, your microphone, and many other functions on your phone. And that is why you should download ActiveGuard. ActiveGuard is the antivirus software, and in addition to that, it has a lot of other features, privacy features that keep you protected online. There's antivirus, and there is the intrusion detection system that detects malicious activities running on the background, in the background. In addition to that, there is firewall, and we've just updated the firewall to counter the latest threats, because some of the latest evolving threats, they are circumventing firewalls very easily. That is why we have updated our firewall to counter these threats. Then in addition to that, there is other privacy features that you should discover by downloading this ActiveGuard. Just scan the QR code and you will be able to start using ActiveGuard immediately. Let's just go back. I want to learn about this Costco as well. So what they say is that online communities have also discussed a surge in Costco team phishing emails. Users on Reddit reported receiving suspicious offer for meat boxes. Okay, we verify URL. Phishing scam often rely on urgency, emotional thing, right? This is what Google Malaysia said as well yesterday. The same messages. Never share sensitive information through unsolicited messages. So that's basically what's from Costco. And let's go through this thing. Right, I just want to know if when I share this with you, do I am I sharing the sound? How does it work? I'm still getting used to this software, this podcasting software. I'm still very new to it. This is my third time using it. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how to play the sound, because apparently I need to understand what they're trying to say before I can, add some comments to it. Oh, what's this? Okay, let me just stop it for a while. And share, also share. Ah, that's it. Right, okay. Yep. The reason why I'm doing this is because I realized that because I'm not very good at using this software, and I'm not very good at using this software. I've just started using this software like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, and this is being streamed to like 20 over social media platforms. We're streaming to different websites at the same time. It's very useful. And in addition to that, I'm able to share with you what I'm viewing, which is very good for podcasting. Let me just show you this thing. Turn off the background music so that you can hear better what the video is saying. I need to hear it as well. So it's been stopped here, I guess. Right.
世界人形机器人运动会能量传递国内首站活动在福建福鼎举行。人形机器人代表深度参与白茶制作全流程，训练检验服务人类生产生活的综合能力。
Oh, so this is a video of robots being deployed into this place called Fujian. That is one of the places in China. And what they do is that they are deploying different robots to showcase how the robots fare in handling this industry, this tea industry. So let's see what else do they have.
能量传递活动
Well, let me see if I can make it bigger for you. Is this okay? I hope this is okay. Right. Can I make it bigger? Okay. Just start over again. Hear what they
国内
say.
首站活动在福建福鼎举行。人形机器人代表深度参与白茶制作全流程，训练检验服务人类生产生活的综合能力。能量传递活动将分阶段在国内多地进行实景挑战，助力产业升级。昨晚，2026国际青
Yep. So they are using robots to harvest the tea leaves. And apart from harvesting the tea leaves, they are also trying to use the robot to process the tea leaves. And it's you can see like it's being engaged in different aspect of the work. There is like sorting of the tea leaves, and there is like I don't know what this guy is trying to do. It's like trying to teach the robot what to do with the tea leaves. Mainly it's like sorting work and also picking of the tea leaves. The lady seems to be enjoying herself very much by interacting
人
with the
形机器人
robot.
代表深度参与白茶制作全流程，训练检验服务人类生产生活的综合能力。能量传递活动将分阶段在国内多地进行实景挑战，助力产业升级。
So that's basically what's happening in China right now. And the reason why we decided to add this to our podcast is because we want to give a flavor of what's happening in China, like in terms of different domains apart from cybersecurity and parenting. Because it's good to know what's happening in different parts of the world, so that um, you know you're more aware of what's happening. And that's the thing about some of my friends, they've been staying in Silicon Valley for too long, and it's actually not good for them. They have become an echo chamber by themselves. They're benchmarking them against themselves, and the same ideas keep on going round and round within the social circle. They cannot break out of their social circle. The idea generation is really bad now because they cannot think of new ideas, and they keep on just they're like if somebody has a good idea, others quickly snatch it and try to do it as well because they have no more ideas. They and they keep on like benchmarking against themselves. It's very bad. It reminds me of it reminds me of an experience that I had long time ago well, it's like, if you keep benchmarking against yourself, you are only aware of the things within your social circle. You won't know how good other people are, what kind of ideas people have already gone ahead with executing. So you could be already at B grade and people are already at A grade, and you still think that you are at the top of the game with your B and C grade. That is why it's very important to do benchmarking. You better benchmark to the top players. Don't keep staying in your echo chamber. This echo chamber is a very, very real thing. In fact, I have a group of friends who are in certain industry, and they are in an echo chamber of their own because of the because of many reasons. They are unable to get out of this echo chamber, and they don't understand the principles that is governing other types of industries, but they believe that they know. And it's very difficult because having been in the industry for very long, you don't even know that you are brainwashed until you step out of the industry. Then you realize how brainwashed you were, and how oblivious you are to the surrounding, and you are totally oblivious to what kind of principles people in other industries, in other sectors are operating with. All these are oblivious to you, and you can stay in your echo chamber and yet believe that you know everything, just simply because you read some reports, high level reports of what's going on in the different sector, but it's totally different from what's happening on the ground. And you can only know what's happening on the ground when you are in the industry. Then you realize how brainwashed you were, that you really have to rewire yourself when you are out of the sector. And this goes for many things. That's why I'm very afraid of now. I am very afraid of being in an echo chamber, which is why I talk to a lot of people, and I make sure that I read widely, not just reports. Reports are like, and when you talk to people, don't keep talking to the people in your own social circle. Talk widely to different kinds of people, different levels. Don't just talk to your subordinates. That's really bad. Don't keep talking to the people within your own social circle. That's really bad. And because of that, if you stay in the echo chamber for too long, you can make very bad decisions that have long term consequences. I know it. I know that. That is why I make sure that this is not going to happen again. Okay, what is this? Let me just have a look.
昨晚，2026国际青春诗会中国阿拉伯国家专场在广州开幕。来自13个阿拉伯国家的青年诗人与中国诗人一起，以诗歌共叙深情。他们还将在深圳。
Oh, so this is an exchange between the Middle Eastern countries and China. So they are doing some cultural exchange through arts and poetry. That's very interesting. I didn't know that
北
they're
京
so
等地开
close.
展文化交流活动。今年是中华白海豚保护10年行动计划收官之年。最新数据显示，全球现
Okay, that's about it. So basically, it's a video about how China is trying to get different kinds of robot to do jobs in different industry sectors, such as the tea industry, because this is a very important industry in Fujian. They export a lot of this tea products all over the world, and that is how the Fujianese connect to overseas Chinese. Let's just go to the next video.
一个机器人，它的整个的方案，我要进行数字化， 把它放到计算机里边。你比如说它的颈部有风险的时候，我只要换一下代号，通过我的仿真，我只需要1天的时间，我就可以换10种不同的方案平行计算。
Oh, so this is like the robotics industry in China, and it's saying that if there's some malfunction in the robot, he can immediately reprogram the robots with at least 10 different solutions within one day. So this is like part of their future industry. So they are focusing on the robots.
法是让机器人快跑的关键。研发团队首先在3D 建模的虚拟赛道中，利用强化学习机制，让机器人进行海量试错。系统通过奖励函数自动筛选出最优策略，随后将算法部署至真机进行实地验证与调整。
Oh, it's just saying that, you know, the robots, they have this artificial intelligence system that allows them to recalibrate the jogging on the road to ensure stability and the best option movement forward. So it's always calibrating on the spot.
然而，虚拟世界里的飞人并不代表现实赛场上就能成为冠军。
在真实的环境中，我去做测试，从它的这个视觉感知系统以及它的运控、它的边缘计算能力，其实能够验证一个实验室的产品能否真正的工程化。
不仅
Oh, so they want to focus on the real application part and not just research and just theories. They want to bring their robots to um, the working world and test it against real conditions to really see how it works. And from there, they'll calibrate to make it even better. Well, this is a very interesting one. This is like a robot playing tennis. Let's see.
仅是跑步，画面中看到的是全球首个在真实网球场上进行对抗的人形机器人。其搭载的全身实时智能规控算法，使机器人能够在长达数分钟的对抗中，自主完成感知来球、预判轨迹、规划跑位、协同挥拍的完整闭环。
我们要想让机
Well, that's very interesting. The reporter just said that the artificial intelligence of the robot allows allows the robot to make intelligent calibration on the spot to counter the opponent. So it will take into consideration the opponent's strategy, because you know tennis is a very fast game. So it actually takes into account the strategy of the opponent, and it immediately adjusts on the spot so that it can come up develop a winning strategy in order to win the opponent or to adapt to the opponent's playing style. Let's see.
机器人像人一样运动和思考，把这个思考和运动有机的结合在一起，这种持续的进化能力啊，可以未来去映射到其他的这个应用场景。
Oh, so what this means is that they will be using all these spots to calibrate the artificial intelligence system, because they believe that the continuous improvement of the artificial intelligence, that is the on the spot adaptation and adaptability of the artificial intelligence system to human strategy, is a very powerful tool moving forward, especially so for the industries of the future.
除了在竞技场上显身手，人形机器人的身影也出现在了生产车间里。在江西南昌的这家智能终端设备生产工厂里，新来的4名人形机器人已成功实现与传统产线的并线生产。每台机器人完成一道工序大约在18秒，整体作业成功率在98.5%以上。
Oh, so what they say is that this particular factory has already start deploying. It has already start deploying robots in this factory, and they are operational. They are really working in the factory. It's not just demonstration. They really are working in the factory, and they can assemble the components within 18 seconds. I don't know how long does the human take, but they claim that they can assemble all this within 18 seconds, and they can reach accuracy of about 98.5%. They were saying. Let's just see what they do.
上。
这一次的真正落地，其实意味着机器人无论从硬件的可靠性、一致性，还是到算法的成熟度，再到全系统的一个完整度，都形成了一个质的飞跃，这才能够满足像进入工业场景这样苛刻的一个标准。
Yeah, so they were saying that it's a highly precision industry, which is why they are calibrating the robots to perform uh, as precisely as possible in that kind of condition. But one thing that I noted is they are not so. If you notice, the robot is actually not exactly. Is this the video? If you notice, the robot wasn't exactly on. The
画
robot
面中看
doesn't have legs.
车间里，在江西南昌的线与传统产线的并线生产，每台机器人完成一道工序大约在18。
Yeah, so this is the factory that they are operating in, and oops, sorry, you can't see it. So this is the factory that they are operating in. This is the factory they're operating in, and they can assemble all these components in within 18 seconds. That is very fast, and they can do it with 98.5% accuracy. And this appears to be like a smartphone, so it is deploying a lot of different robots, and this is the robotic supervisor. So they are preparing all the robots together as a system in order to work in this precision thing. See, this is the interesting thing. This is the thing, like in the Western world, the robots they have legs. They always want them to have legs, but apparently in this factory setting, they let the robot run on wheels, and it actually has a stabilizer in order to stabilize the robot, because they are working in this kind of fixed environment. So I guess this is a faster way to ensure that they can achieve precise movement within a small confined space. Very interesting. What other things are they showing? Oh, so this is the marathon that the robots engage in. Well, basically, this competition was held in China, and it was showcasing the different robots and their running skills and the adaptability of the artificial intelligence system. So this is what I showed you just now. So the engineers, they are trying to build an artificial intelligence system that can calibrate on the spot, and even if there's any malfunctioning of the robot, they can come up with at least 10 computing solutions to adjust that malfunction. So that is what he's saying, that if there's any malfunction, they can come up with at least 10 variation, and this will be actually be implemented during real life application, so that if the robot faces similar kind of malfunction, they can adapt immediately to the changing environment. As you can see, the system is constantly moving, and the robot is trying to adjust accordingly to what is happening on the spot through its algorithm. So it's constantly calculating, trying to ensure that it can move ahead at a very fast speed without falling down. So this is also the same thing. It's an adaptable artificial intelligence system that actually allows the robot to create a winning strategy against the human opponent, or trying to keep up with the human opponent. So it is constantly adapting on the spot, and they are trying to use spot to calibrate all these robot, because spot is a very highly adaptable environment. that has a lot of variation, a lot of changes, and the robot, if trained on this kind of artificial intelligence, they will be very adaptable. And once that is done, they can be adapted to factory working conditions. So what you're seeing now is the robot that has maybe not as adaptable as the robots that we've seen earlier, but it can do very precise assembly of electronic components, and is still not flexible as those. But once they achieve high adaptability from the trained artificial intelligence, they can go on to create even more useful work. So this is what's happening in China right now. I like this kind of updates. Now let's go to the third update. Okay, so the third one is, oh, okay. So this is nothing new. What's happening right now is that Claude, Anthropic, and Gemini is still blocked to Russian users. So what happened is that there was a block on Russian from for Russian users who are trying to make use of AI models like Claude, Gemini, and Anthropics. And what is happening right now is Russian companies that are based in Russia, or people who are Russians, they aren't able to access these AI models. And the companies that have already blocked off access, Gemini, Anthropics, Cloud, they're checking the IP addresses of these Russian users. So in case, like, if this IP comes from Russia, then they will immediately block it. But sometimes, the Russians and any other users in the world, they can change the IP addresses by using VPN. So what they have done is that what the Claude, what the Anthropics, and what Gemini has done is that they are using an intelligence system to assess whether or not, even though this IP didn't come from Russia, is it changing? Is it like changing between different countries? Because that's what how VPN behaves. So if it changes, and they can detect that the eventual the final destination is actually in Russia, they'll block it. So even if you're using a VPN, they can roughly guess, the algorithm can roughly detect whether or not it comes from Russia, even though the VPN shows another country. Then there are various other techniques to reveal the country of origin as well. So VPN is just one of the methods. And of course, there's other methods like, VPN companies, they always make use of the same set of IPs. And these companies, they can easily detect whether or not uh, the, the internet user is from Russia, and is he using the IP, commonly known IP addresses of the VPN companies. Let's just go through the article, keep ourselves updated on what's happening around the world. So American AI companies like Anthropic, OpenAI, and Google will continue to block users from Russia in Claude, ChatGPT, and Gemini. The blocking is more likely to affect large projects and companies. Sorry. And signs of corporate use from Russia can lead to loss of access. Various methods are used to circumvent blocks, but they can cause additional checks or even a complete account ban. This is from RIA Novosti. Novosti means news. American neural network development companies, blah, 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 are actively identifying users from unsupported regions, including Russia, blocking them, and will continue to do so, right? Google, OpenAI, Anthropic, blah, 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 actively uses tools to identify users from the unsupported region and will continue to improve them. So Russians are waiting for new waves of blocking. So according to him, Russians and Russian companies should be prepared for the fact that they can lose access at any time. And at the same time, blocking is more likely to affect large projects and companies, presumably when the system detects signs of corporate use from Russia. And this is why I think that uh, no company should rely too much on AI, because when you use too much on AI, you become beholden to the AI company. And so far, I haven't seen any AI models from Russia. I haven't seen that yet, but I've seen AI models, quite a few AI models from China, especially, all of us, we know about DeepSeek. So I guess the Russians can also make use of DeepSeek, but I don't know how it performs. But I know that you shouldn't rely too much on AI, because if you rely too much on AI, all of your procedures, your processes, everything is exposed, and you become beholden to the company. The entire government structure, the entire banking institution, the entire company, infrastructure company, it becomes beholden to the AI provider. And then that becomes, you're just simply setting yourself up for future extortion. So he explained that foreign AI services automatically determines the user's country by his IP address, the digital identifier of the device on the internet. So to do this, they use special database that are not updated instantly. And due to this delay, the Russian address may be perceived by the system as European for some time, and the service works normally. However, after the scheduled update of the database, the address receives a Russian registration and the service automatically turns on the restrictions. And one expert added that security systems separately analyze the behavior of the account and indirect signs. For example, if an account moves from country to country several times in a short time, this is an alarm signal for algorithm. And suspicion can also be highlighted by constant login from different countries in a short time. And this signals the use of well-known VPNs or proxies, too many requests, mass creation of accounts, as well as attempt to bypass blocking or security filters. He noted that sometimes the account is not completely blocked, but sent for additional verifications. For example, if the system considers the activity atypical or risky, in such cases, access can be restored after confirming your identity or contacting support. However, if you lose your account, the data disappears with it. So the Russian expert also recalled that according to the privacy policy of Anthropic and ChatGPT, the company retains access to all of the dialogues that has transpired between you and the system. Therefore, users and companies can ensure complete data security only by using models in the closed loop of the organization on their infrastructure. But even if the AI model is a closed loop model, it can still send messages, data back to its parent company. Definitely. They can do it, they can achieve it, it is achievable. So it's very dangerous to rely too much on AI. It's very dangerous to build an entire company by full reliance on AI, because they can hold you ransom in the future. That is why I don't think that software engineers are going to be out of jobs. I think that this is just a readjustment during this period. I think that software engineers are going to be in huge demand in the future. And apart from that, um, yeah, so that's about it. That's what I think about it. But the things that are happening in China is really interesting, right? All these developments that is that is so fantastic. They're developing all different kinds of sensors. It seems like now it's not just about the algorithm, but the types of sensor that the robot has. Because ultimately, that actually analyzes the terrain that the robot is operating on and allows the algorithm to adjust accordingly to the changing terrain. So sensors are going to be the next differentiator to a better robot, in addition to having an intelligent algorithm system. Okay, that's about it for today. I decided that I don't want to have the podcast for too long. It seems like the past few podcasts we have it too long. It's like almost the first podcast we had, it was like almost 3 hours, talk nonstop for 3 hours. I feel that that's too long, and the subsequent ones is like 1 hour plus, almost 2 hours. I feel like it's too long as well, and it can get a bit I don't know. Let's see how it goes. I'm trying to build the trend, because it's only when we have sufficient number of episode, then we know how does it fare on the different social media platforms, then we know which platform to focus on, because different platforms, they have different ideas when it comes to promoting videos, and you got to be in line with their principles, their marketing strategy. So some companies, they, even though if you stream online on their platform, and this online streaming is so precious right now, because it's giving the computer so much new fresh information. But anyway, if you decide, if we have to see, whether if we stream this on certain platform, and people don't really like it, like because of certain principles, like they want you to pay in order to improve your outreach, so that's why they try to restrict your outreach, then you know we might have to revisit our strategy. But so far, there are many social platforms that tries to promote your
马拉松
content.
赛场上的成绩突破，
They-
标记着
they-
机器人运
They also want your content. Oh, that's one video. Let's watch it. I don't know about that.
动控制能力的成熟。但是要实现通用作业能力，关键在于大脑的进化。
而高质量真实数据的稀缺，成为制约产业发展的瓶颈。为破解这一难题，各地正积极展开实践，探索数据供给的新路径。
走进北京人形机器人创新中心的数据采集与训练基地，仿佛置身于一个微缩的未来世界。这里复刻了家居、商超、康养等6大领域30余个典型场景，更集结了全国。
So basically, they're trying to train the system, the computer system.
构型最丰富的机器人矩阵，通过高精度的动作捕捉技术，日夜不停地采集着具身智能所需的关键数据。
截止到3月底，我们现在真实已经可交付的数据大概已经有4万多小时了。现在大概日产能最多能到600多小时，年产能可以到15万小时以上。下一阶段的目标，我们现在是100万小时去冲。
而北京的另一家企业正利用自身的线下网络与人力规模，打造具身智能规模化采集方案，以降低数据成本。
日常工作当中带上我们的这边的眼镜设备，采集上来的真实数据，模型专家去训练我们自己的这个具身智能模型。
Yeah, so these are all attempts to try to train the artificial intelligence model so that they can be used on robotic system in order to carry out operational work in the real working conditions.
它的行动的成功率已经可以达到73.5%，最终达成我们1000万小时的一个采集目标。
数据是燃料。
So they are training the robot. 1000万means what? 1000万. Oh, so it means 10 million hours. They have a KPI of training the robots for 10 million hours. Wow, that's a lot.
模型是引擎，当海量数据涌入，具身智能的大脑便开始真正运转。 在上海，一家科技公司研发的具身智能模型正让不同形态的机器人学会听懂人话、执行命令。
So, in addition to that, they are training the robot to understand the speech of human, so that they can adapt to the human's instruction on the spot.
像我身边的这只机器狗啊，大脑里装着一套先进的自主空间导航系统，那可以实时的感知周围的环境，自主规划最优路径。我有点渴，帮我从小卖部带2瓶可乐回来。那现在出发。
So this is the first model that is this robotic dog is being equipped with a lot of different types of sensor that allows it to sense the environment, and it's able to understand what the human want. So now the human is asking the robotic dog to bring her 2 cans of Coke.
收到任务指令后，机器狗自主规划路径，前往目标小卖部，沿途未进入其他区域，持续向目标点行进。
请大家让一让，让我过去。那进入到目标房间后啊，我们看到啊，机器狗呢，它就发现了自己合作的这个伙伴，一台。
So there are different types of robot in this kind of working environment, and they have to interact with each other. So the robotic dog will communicate the human's instruction to bring 2 cans of Coke, and this robot is supposed to receive the instruction from the robotic dog and supply it with 2 cans of Coke. Let's see how it goes.
人形机器人跨本体的指令交互技术呢，在这时呢也派上了用场。那机器狗呢会把指令传递给机器人。我要购买2瓶可口可乐。机器人得到任务后呢，快速的去寻找货物，那同时呢还要清点任务的数量。2个不同形态的机器人呢，此时就配合完成了这项任务。
40亿参数的这样的一个模型，能够把我们具身智能的上限能够大大的提升，它能够理解我们世界的这个物理规律，人的这个行为逻辑，那它就不光能够去做数据的生成，也能够是操控我们的机器人。
So it's really about the focus on building good sensors for the robot so that it can interact with the environment, the working environment, the reality, and to really understand the human instruction so that it can interact with, it can receive the instruction and interact and carry out the duties that is being articulated by the human. So they're trying to pair this up with different types of robot so that they can work together as a system in order to carry out very complicated task.
完成一系列复杂的动作。
当前，我国具身智能产业发展处于起步期，但市场规模快速增长。数据显示，中国具身智能产业的市场规模预计在2030年达到4000亿元，并有望在2035年突破1万亿元。
Okay, that's about it. Yeah, like what I was saying that our previous podcast was too long, so I just want to keep it to 1 hour. This is just nice, right? 1 hour. So I guess we have enough sharing. We have talked about Costco, and then we talk about the scams that are involving Costco, using Costco as a front to carry out all kinds of scams and fraud. Then in addition to that, we talk about the different robotic development in China. We also went through an additional video that was very, very interesting. Different types of robot equipped with advanced sensors and the ability to accept human instructions to carry out, and having them to work together. Different types of robot to work together to carry out very complicated tasks. Then we also talk about the blocking of ChatGPT and similar AI services to users in Russia. So they're still being blocked. There's a lot of things happening in Russia right now. The government blocked the internet, and there was something going on with the telcos. There's so many things going on right now, and it's very interesting. And yet, till now, I really respect the programmers in Russia, but I also expected like a really advanced AI system from Russia, because the programmers from Russia are highly technical, and I believe that they can develop an AI system of their own, and I believe that they have enough data in their own country to develop the system as well. And in addition to that, they have some sort of like an alliance with China. So I guess sometimes this kind of ideas, theories, and philosophy can cross pollinate to create something that is very powerful. I don't know, but something should be in the making, because these are very hardy people, and if you restrict access, deprive them of certain services or product, they'll just train something of their own. It's just like what's happening to China. If you deny them any services or product, they just build their own things. They just grow stronger. So these are the things that I've covered in this podcast. And well, thank you for your attention during this webinar, during this podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode. And before I go, let me just explain that just download this ActiveGuard if you are keen on elevating your cybersecurity protection. And you can subscribe to it in app. It's very cheap, $1.99 per month. Or a lot of people are subscribing on the yearly to the yearly plan. The yearly plan is $22.99, and it both allows you to connect to the AI cybersecurity system that is leveraging more than 4 million signals, and it is growing stronger every single day. Every day there's more than one. We are identifying more than 1,000 plus signal, and sometimes in a week we are identifying more than 100,000 plus signal, and this makes the engine very strong. We are identifying so many more vulnerabilities, malwares, and viruses, and you can connect to make use of this engine to optimize your cybersecurity protection for you and your loved ones. So it's very easy. Just download it from Google Play. All you have to do is to download, scan this QR code, and this will bring you to the Google Play website where you can download the software and start using it for free. Even the base plan, the base protection plan that is for non-subscribing users is also very good. So just download, start using it. If you like it, subscribe to it. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next episode.